this beautiful sunset tonight. What up, Anthony? Bad timing? I'm out with family right now? Then how are you chatting? Explain that. That was really dumb. What up? Hello, I'm Tave3143. What a username. I kind of realized, like after walking my dog, oh shoot, I forgot to do a live stream this afternoon. I'll just do one after dinner. And I kind of regret not doing that because I was like absolutely cooking earlier on FTO. Like you can see it, I have a 6.1 over to 12 right now, but it was a bit better. Gonna skip that. That didn't happen, okay? I was recognizing an L3T that I learned a couple hours ago. I say a couple hours ago, it was probably yesterday. Tomorrow I'm getting an FTO? Nice! I got a 1693 PB average 5 on FTO today. What do you mean you're scared you're not going to get top 100? What do you... Like, bro, if you got that average today in competition, that's WR4. I only know that because it's literally 0.01 faster than me, but it's besides the point. Oh, I forgot. Ouch. That was not a good solve. I already know how to solve it. I've been doing it virtually. That's honestly more impressive. Like, the main thing that people are going to struggle with coming from like N by N based events is definitely the ergonomics of the puzzle itself, just because it's a different shape. Everyone's used to the cubes, not the octahedrons. Ugh. My PB is 43 and average 5 is 49. That's honestly insanely consistent. I tried, I'm assuming you're doing F2O virtual like on CS timer, right? I definitely misscrambled this. I'm just gonna solve it right now. Like on CS timer virtual, I was able to get a sub 30, but after like probably 400 attempts or something like that. I was reviewing this out earlier today. There we go. Yeah, I was finishing reviewing OLP 5. And then once I'm done with OLP 5, I'll have one more OLP left before I'm officially halfway done with one like L3T. Ugh. That was horrible. I'm gonna do some solves. Makes sense. So I'm gonna be watching Based. Watching other people solve whilst you solve. I definitely do that myself. Ah. Wrong one. What was that? Hold up. It was just a... Okay, it was a 3 sledge case. I know it now. That was really lucky. Whew. What up, frogs? Yuck. Made too many mistakes in those second centers. And I just get bad L3T, but it's whatever. Yo, yo, what up, Q Barrel? Ugh. What the hell? This is an interesting scramble, but I just don't know. Huh. I really just don't know how to take advantage of this. Or that. Because all these triangles are in such bad locations. I'm just gonna start. I've definitely over-inspected. There's definitely a lot of good stuff on that scramble. I just couldn't find it. Last comp, I got a 10-23 OH single. Wow, that's actually like insanely good. I have very few of those faster than that. What the questionable keyword's been so long? How are you doing, bro? Dumb. But we take it. That's neat. Been a long time since I've gone to a competition and just barely getting back into keeping in general. Just realized that clock is out and FTO is in, so that's cool. I'm definitely glad that FTO is in. Finally got an extra piece for my squat so I can practice again. That's so relatable. I just have so many broken MGCs now that I just kind of have them as spare parts. But the Gant squat actually feels like stable enough to where I basically just practice with that always. Like, I definitely perform slightly worse on it because I just haven't bothered to set it up yet. But it gives me the confidence to like actually turn fast. It's too lucky. Can't get a sub 1 single now? Well, I mean, you're also distracted, so it makes sense. I don't even know what I set it up to now. Is there a beginner version of FTO, Elo? Yeah, I can kind of explain the method just by like showing off an example of like what a beginner would do. Yo, can these pairs like break up? Alright. So let's say you get the last 3 triples. What you would want to do is just make a bunch of pairs of the same kind. So like I have a pair of 2 pieces right here. I can make another pair of 2 pieces right here. And then doing a hedge right here doesn't flip this, but it flips these 2. And then, shoot, I got 1 flip. So what I do with 1 flip, if I get this case here, is I would just do another hedge and then put this pair on top of it here. And then preserve that by flipping these 2. And then that gives just EC left over, so you just hedge it again. And then from here, it's just up here makes alg, and then you'll get A from by skipped it in this case. That's essentially the gist of like the beginner version of doing the triples. What do you do when you have one corner flipped? What do you mean? Like this? That's impossible. It has to be an even number of corner flips. Ooh, okay. That was a pretty easy one, I'm not gonna lie. I still need to learn L3T. Learning L3T isn't too hard, but I'm trying to learn it algorithmically. Which is, it's only 180 cases, so it's not that much, but it's still taking quite a bit. Recognition is forever. Fixing that takes up to like 15 seconds and my solve's no joke. No L3T. What do you mean by one twist? Like when you have one last triple left and the corner is flipped instead of solved. I'm so confused. A corner can't be flipped. So either you're thinking a corner is a different type of piece, or I'm just not understanding. No, I scrambled right. Ah. I messed up the final moves there, but I got it. It's probably that you're not understanding. Okay, then what are you trying to tell me? That was a pretty good solve, I'm not gonna lie. That might be my fastest on camera. I don't know if I have a 12 on camera, actually. I remember I got a 13 last stream, but I don't remember what it was. But I'm explaining it bad, so I don't know what you're saying then. I assume it's one flip. If you're talking about one flip, I literally just showed it prior to you sending that message. So you can just back up in the stream and figure that out. You will understand if you watch Noble's video tutorial at the end. I'm not doing that. Don't use Noble Cube's tutorial, use Chris Choi's tutorial, because Chris Choi is actually like a competent FTO solver and knows what they're talking about. It's one flip? Yeah, okay. I just explained that earlier, so. Ah. The recognition just took too long. How to solve two flip? Oh, you can solve it the exact same way you would on a Pyraminx. That's not it. So on Pyraminx, if I have one nearby, on Pyraminx what you would do is you would just do a sledge, and then like a hedge, or I guess people would do it like this and that. I don't know. But you essentially, from here, what I like to do is if I have them in the back, I like to do a hedge, which goes like this, and then I like to do a sledge. So it's simple 8-move trigger. You can solve it the exact same way as you do on Pure Minx if you want to, just by gripping it quickly, but wasn't sure if that's what it was called, my B. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, one flip is really easy to fix if you know the trick to it. I am shocked that AUF worked. What's the best way to set up one flip? Here's a good example. So what you do if you have one flip in this case is you will flip this one and any other one of them, and then you would put the triple that you have still, like the pair that you have still solved here, on top of this bad edge from this pair, and then you flip these two. And what that does is it preserves this triangle down here, but it flips this corner, so then it'll be easy to pair up. But it will also flip these two and put them on the top. And then you just have one more flip to make the last pair, and then you can just solve the rest how you would normally. Do you enjoy 4x4? I love 4x4. I don't enjoy the parody aspect of it, but it's definitely one of my better events. It's one of 2 events that I have left that I have both Utah state records in. I got state record single at NAC, actually. What the? Holy crap, that alg is so weird. Also, have you seen Max Park do FTO? He got a 20 solve at Worlds last year. I actually just got that YouTube short recommended to me. I wonder if that's a coincidence or if it, like, some algorithm thing saw that you saw it and then saw that you also saw me. I was like, maybe this guy will like it too. I wonder if Max Park will, like, genuinely pursue FTO for, like, records and stuff. Or if he's just gonna do it for fun. Ugh. It was just way too inefficient. Figure since you have thousands of solves in your session, you practice FTO somewhat? Well, I mean, I definitely do. I'm trying to learn a whole new method that literally only one person in the world is good with. Actually, I'd argue it's 2 now, just because Akukin finished up learning L3T themselves. Okay. Yeah, like that was an ALG, for example. What I just did there. The only problem with this outset in general is it's just really hard to recognize. So under pressure, it's going to be rough. Ugh. I made so many mistakes in LBT, man. That could have been another 13. That's always facing up to be something insane. My friend got an FTO and in the span of 3 days started averaging sub 30. That's insane to me because it took me so much longer to get sub 30. Wait, what am I looking at? Ugh. That was weird. I'm still not sub 30. I mean, I didn't expect you to be, but what do you average currently, Isaac? Also, when will I see you at a comp again? Like, are you going to Rockies at all? Oh, damn it. That was the wrong one. When I decide to go down to Utah or you decide to come up to Idaho, well, I'll tell you what's happening. Definitely, I'm not coming up to Idaho anytime soon. I think, I'm pretty confident that I'm going to go to the competition in Wyoming, in Evanston. Are you going to that one? No? Dang. That's a rip. Holy lockups. I thought that was a +2 for a second. Hello. Just here for a sec to say hi. Well, welcome. Also, Yiheng is apparently good at OH. Yeah, he's better than me, and I'm salty about that. Although I think he got like a decent PR now. Because for the longest time, he was barely better than me with one average that had a counting 8. But I think he broke sub 10 recently, so... That was a dumb soul. Bro, my last comp was last month, and it was my second comp this year. Well. I mean, it depends on the region of the world that you live in. I live in a region where we average basically one a month. Ah! I was so close to getting it that time. Yeah, I'm still not fully competent with my OLP 5. I'm definitely going to do a lot more drilling tonight and then tomorrow morning before I continue to learn stuff. This is a blatant misscramble, so I'm just going to solve it real quick. Why am I inspecting? The solve literally doesn't matter. Ah! I got it that time. I messed up the mirror version of that earlier, so... The only time that happened to my country was 2024 last year. There were 4 comps, all of them being at the start of the year. And this year there's been 3, and I've been to 2 of them. What country do you live in? Bulgaria. That definitely makes some sense. I mean, it's relatively small. Are you thinking about getting Bulgarian NRs for FTO when it gets added? There's gonna be, like... WCA Live is gonna crash because of how many NRs there's gonna be, I swear. Because literally every country is gonna get an NR. Yeah, I'm averaging 18 again. It doesn't look like I'm averaging 18 though. Why is it? Oh, it's because I have those random like 23s counting. Yeah, I'm not actually averaging 18 though. It's fine. Like, that still felt bad, and it was 17-1. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get any because my friend is also Bulgarian and he is better than me. But I already have an NR. Ooh, what NR do you have? Also, how good is your friend? This is why living in the United States is a double-edged sword, because, like, you get all the people around you, you get so many competitions, but then, like, national record is literally impossible at the moment. Like, I legitimately think that United States national record is the hardest record to get. Clock single and ID nets out of clock NR average? Oof. So you're kind of like pivoting to FTO now that clock's gonna say bye. There's nothing good with that. Nice. So yeah. It's hard to see the timer. There's like a small amount of glare, and it makes the digits like merge into each other, if that makes any sense. I think the worst type of record to have is 2x2 single. Nah, I disagree. Because 2x2 single records are like actually coveted now. It takes a lot more skill than you think to get a good 2x2 single. I mean, arguably the worst type of record to have right now is anything in clock because it's not going to exist. My friend was talking about his 2x2 hit. My friend was talking about has the NR for 2x2 single, and I posted it on the same scramble. That's unfortunate. But also at the same time, that's a skill issue. You got to be ready for when that scramble shows up. Okay. Ugh, it took forever to recognize it. I only did the first 5 and I dropped the cube. Oof. Yeah, my favorite single's on a 5 mover, but it's 5 quarter turns, so it's like the best possible 5 mover that you could ask for. This is another miss scramble. I'm very bad at scrambling FTO, I realize. I keep corner twisting too. There was 2 double moves. Yeah, I've had a 6 mover with, what was it, 3 double moves, like right at the end, and I fumbled that one. Dude, why do I suck at scrambling? Also, this scramble is like low-key insane, so I'm just gonna try it anyway. Okay, well, whatever. brother. That was very dumb. What up, Akukun? Didn't you safety a nickel scramble and got a 0.9? I did. Because I knew I wasn't going to get anything better on it if I went all out, and I also wanted another sub 1. Whoops. Just woke up, lol. Well, good morning. What's your queuing pet peeve? When people aren't courteous to others when it comes to scramble secrecy, especially. Nice. I just got nervous, and then failed the one chance. Yeah, that's another thing about LOL scrambles on 2x2 is you literally get that one shot. You're never anticipating that the cube underneath the cover is going to be a 5 mover, and then when it is the 5 mover, you realize, wait, I have one shot to make this count. And then if you bomb it, then you bomb it. You can't get another try. This isn't at home where you can just try it again. It's just the volatility of it makes no sense. So LP5 done? Kind of. I have it done. I know all the algorithms. It's just I'm a little shaky when it comes to applying them to the case, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like they're just a garbled mess in my brain right now, and I need to figure out how to unmess them. That was just an easy case. OLP5 is hard, yeah. I'm glad that I'm not alone when it comes to that. Learning this outset is super weird because, like, there's no video tutorials. There's no, like, agreed upon way to learn the outset. It's just kind of a brand new thing that I'm sort of, like, semi-pioneering. I say pioneering in, like, the biggest air quotations because I've done absolutely nothing when it comes to, like, development of the Alex. I'm just the dude who learns them. That was just good TPS. Nothing about that solve was good besides the TPS. What? Okay, 3 move center. Nice. Watch tomorrow. I'm gonna get YouTube World Best. Sorry, Akukin. I think he does have YouTube World Best, actually. I thought it was someone else for a bit. At least Igor will make one soon, though. Like a trainer or a video? Is Igor making an L3T video? Wait, does Igor even know the Alex set? Oh my goodness, bro. We're just gonna pretend that's all didn't happen. You know, like OLP 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. Okay, that's definitely that's the order I'm gonna try to take it in. Is 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. There's no OLP 8, right? It just goes to 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and then 4 and 6 are gonna be like their own beasts just because of the similarities between them. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. OLP 8 is easy? There is an OLP 8? What the heck does it look like? Why is American football called football when you mostly use your hands and it's an egg? It's called football just because the initial starting of like each person's how do I describe this? Like the start of the change in possession of the ball starts with a kick. So they do kick the ball, as well as like field goals and whatnot, but like it's a dumb naming scheme that I fully disagree with. Yo, what's up? Devious Penguin 1234. What a username. What? Okay, but why soccer? What does it stand for? I remember it was like something to do with the word association. It came from the British. There's definitely there's a tangible way to figure out the word soccer from association. I just don't know exactly how it goes. Wait, this is real? Okay. I thought I missed Scramble again. I thought it was something else. Dude, what is this average of 5? 14, 19, 14, 18, 13. Yep, that's consistent. Soccer was coined in the 19th century England as a slang abbreviation of association football. Association shortened to ASSO and added associationer, and that's just soccer. I don't know. OLP8 has the same amount of cases as 7, so I recommend learning 7 and 8 first. Okay, what even is OLP8? Because I'm kind of lost. I thought it just straight up didn't exist. What the actual hell am I doing? That LBT was disastrous. I said it above. It's basically all triangles on top plus corner twist. What? Wait, so like if I were... Okay. I'll figure it out when I get to it. All triangle was twisting corner. YouTube hid that message. No! I did that same mistake earlier. What the heck is that, Elg? TGP but with extra triangle on top. Oh, okay. So it's like pure one flip, if that makes sense. Okay, I didn't know that that's what OLP8 was. I thought it was like lumped in with 6. That was dumb. Holy locked, averaging 18, yo. I don't think you understand, but this is actually bad for me. The last stream was just like a complete disaster when it came to my solving. Like earlier on in the stream, I had like a 16-1 AO12. Ugh. 18 is bad for you? Damn, what would you say is your global? Like mid to low 17, I would like to say. I would like to say that, but because of how much L3T I've been learning, I've been slowly like de-rusting, and then I like occasionally count like a 24. So my global is actually sitting around low 18 currently. Wait, what are you? Technically, that's right, but I didn't do it like correct, if that makes any sense. I had it in the wrong orientation. To be fair, you're getting used to L3T. Yeah, I know, exactly. Like, when I've learned the full set and I do solves exclusively with it, I'm going to be averaging like 25. It's going to be horrible. I got sub 2 average 5 of accounting 0.95 Gs. I haven't queued at all since NAC. I don't want to touch Twisty Puzzle for at least another 2 weeks. Why? I thought you loved the hobby. Classic, I make my LBT wrong. Burned out, Lamau. I mean, yeah, makes sense. Do 15 puzzle then? Just get cracked at 15 puzzle when it gets added for WCA. Which is definitely going to happen and definitely does not have any logistical issues whatsoever. I see like the occasional comment campaigning for 15 puzzle and I'm just like, why? What is the point? Like, we're removing clock. Why are we adding 15 puzzle now? $15 puzzle is really spectator friendly. Like, even if you have top down, the hands are still covering the majority of the puzzle, so it's like we can't even see what they're doing. No! That was a sub 20L. Or like a fake sprint like Squan. No, 15 would definitely be a sprint event because like people can get sub 10 like consistently. I don't know how they do it, average like 40 something. Do you know that back in the 50s and 60s, Coke in restaurants was served with scoops of vanilla ice cream? A root beer float? We just call that a float now. That was 15? How? I mean, I know someone can guess a 10. Squan just isn't a sprint event, lol? No, it 100% is. If we're gonna start classifying 3v3 as a sprint event, then Squan is a sprint event. No, I just checked. People get like sub 3. Yeah, no. I would be amazed if an event where the world record average is 4.6 isn't a sprint event. I keep mis-scrambling, dude. If it has a sub 3 single officially as a sprint event, that's a weird classification though. Because like, what if one day, what event would be a good candidate for that? I don't know. Let's just say hypothetically 4x4 gets a sub 3 single one day. Is 4x4 now sprint event? Okay. That is what we like to call a fucking good time. Let's go. That is, let me check, Tide PB3. That was a pretty good solve. Oh my god. And then I do that. Whoops. That's gonna be really funny looking at that 11 back. That 11 is surrounded by a 19 and a 24. There's no good way to handle that. No. Just like always, after a good time, you get a horrible time. And it's relatable. Man, well best for 15 puzzles. 203? Holy shit. I didn't expect it to be that fast. That's a fun one. It's almost 5 a.m. here. Have you like gone to sleep and woken up at like 4:30, or have you just stayed up this late? Ugh. You should just go to sleep, bro. No, what are you? Oh, wait. Oh, I get back to you. Okay. It definitely set up a different case. Oh yeah, virtual 15 puzzle best is 0.95. Well, I mean, that's just stupid at that point. How many freaking moves was the scramble, bro? Ugh. I accidentally took a 40-minute nap at like 2:30 and I woke up at 3:10 in the AM. You took a short nap at 2 in the morning and then woke up at 3? How do you do that? That doesn't seem healthy. Yes, brother. Why are you doing that? I hate that L2C case. Is it time for me to learn FTO? Yes, it is indeed. Technically, it was time for you to learn how to solve an FTO like 3 years ago. Should I start with beginners or just learn the main method first? Well, there isn't really a good way to learn beginners that transitions into Ben Cisco easy. It's better to just learn Ben Cisco from the get-go. That, my friends, is a +2. I know literally nothing about this event, so it's mostly Alex, or is it intuitive mainly? I can give a quick rundown of the solving process. So basically the first step is to build a white center, which you build by making these trapezoid groupings, and then you just kind of join them together like this. Also, you have to keep in mind that the color scheme around this perimeter matters. So I can't, for example, do this, because then if I try to put the corner in here, like, that's not correct. So it needs to be in this exact position. And then the next step is to put a corner and then pair it up between two triangle pieces. This is called a triple. And then you put that next to the centers like this, and you do that twice. And so then you get something that's kind of similar to a roux first block, sort of. And then from here is basically just Yao. So you make the green center. Again, taking note that the color scheme around here matters, as well as the color order as well. So it's like, for example, if I try to put an orange center here, that straight up won't work, because we can see that this corner is solved, but then this corner needs gray to be right here. So you need gray to be right here. So you not only have to worry about the color scheme, but also the color order. And I messed something up bad here. Hold up. Yeah, okay. So when you're at this point, you are on the last 4 triple step. This is where you get used to doing hedges and sledges a lot. So you make one more of your last bottom triples, and then you put it down in here. And then you have last 3 triples, which you can do in a multitude of ways. In my case, I can do it in one algorithm like this. That's basically a quick rundown of the method. So it's mostly intuitive up until that ending stage where you need to use sledges and hedges a lot. And there is one algorithm, but it's basically analogous to an A-perm. So you basically already know the one algorithm you need. Brother. This event honestly looks fun. Yeah, that's why I got into it. What is it? 3-4 years ago now? We're good. That's good. I mean, technically you didn't solve all the cases in one algorithm. Okay, but like I will eventually. There's also an intermediate way to do it, which is basically what I consider the OLL PLL of FTO. It's OLP and then TCP. That was really dumb. That was stupid, Lovey. Holy shit. I was explaining something and then I saw how ridiculous the scramble was, so I decided to shut up. Nope. I did the wrong E move twice, but I did it. Ooh. We're solving clean right now, and I like it. Still solving clean. Usually after I say something like that, I just bomb the next solve, but nah, we're still here. What up, Garrett? What up, Vincent? Welcome back. Ah, okay. That's one of my better solves with L3T so far. Gary spotted, so true. Literally the same case. What the hell? Well, what's your PB average of 5 again? Don't remember if you've gotten sub 15 yet. Oh no, I have a bunch of sub 15s. It's 15.12. I can see it on his laptop. Ha! I tricked you. It's actually on my phone. I don't know what it exactly is. All I remember is that I got it while I was sitting in the waiting area for one of the finals to begin, like on one of the days of NAC. Which is a really bizarre place to PB, in my opinion. It makes sense that you would be cubing there, but not solving well. Yeah, on my laptop it's not sub 15 quite yet, just because I barely do solves at home anymore. Obviously today is an exception, per se. Ah. That was rough. Time to put off learning FTDO and do 1,000 2-2 solves for no reason? Why the hell would you torture yourself like that? I gotta get my session to 30k solves? No, you don't. You can literally just delete the session right now, and it will not affect your life any differently. Oh my goodness. No, wait. Alright, we got there in the end. Just gonna ignore that. Yo, what's up, Canyon? Welcome to the stream. I just started learning 1 L3T, wish me luck. I don't lose my sanity. Oh, no, you will. But, like, that's kind of the point of it. There are 180 cases, Sai. So, really not that much. Honestly, maybe it's time to reset. My big sessions has been since right after Worlds. Yeah, no, reset them. I reset my sessions all the time. I just keep them on my laptop because I can't be bothered to. I can't be bothered to click 2 buttons. Those weird finger tricks. I have never reset my sessions. How many solves do you have in them? If it's more than Anthony, then you're cursed. Ugh. Wait, no. I had 2 algorithms left at probably like mid-13. Can't go to solve without popping on the cube I have? That's unfortunate. I don't know, Semi sounds like a wacky event. At NAC, I got a PR single, but it was sandwiched between 2 320s. So, like, the mean was already dead before I even got the PR single. That was fun. I love that case. My PR was after a 340 lol. Yeah, that makes sense. Last time I counted, I had over 50,000 souls across all of them. Okay, thankfully you're actually less than half of Anthony in his 3x3 session alone, so you're chilling. Anthony is the definition of a grinder. Like, he does not do anything else but 3x3 and one-handed, and you can tell. My main event sessions are 112k, 73k, and 9k. Yeah, like, what the actual hell? Watching Canyon stream 282 buff is really just got PB8 average. Why are we tracking PB8? What's the point? I am shocked that ended as a solved puzzle. I forgot about OLP1. Yeah, that's also a thing. OLP1 is just like, there's 2 fancy Alex, and then the rest are just kind of like, you pretty much already know them. I want to reset my session, but like all my PB averages and good scans are on here. So what you do, right, is you copy all the ones that you actually care about, you put them in a document, and then you like back up that document several times. If that's the only way that you're willing to delete your session, then just do that. That was so bad. The recognition on TTB took over. 7-8 sucks in general when you use OLP to TCP. Okay, so those algorithms are objectively like the most worth it, you think? Yeah, I mean OLP 7 alone is like, ugh. It's like, why even bother? If I get OLP 7, I just kind of give up. Like, OLP 7 is like the end perm of FTO. There are only 6 cases per set, so 12 outs. Is it actually 12? I could probably knock both of them out tomorrow. I really want to make sure that I have OLPs 5 and 3 down, because those are the ones I mess up the most, like in casual solves. Ah! Wrong way! Did the wrong freaking way. That's kind of fun looking. Ew, screw it. I'm not gonna look back at my 2x2 scrams. I'll just take a picture of my PBs and call it good. Yeah, that's what I did. There's a video of me resetting a session like on YouTube Search of like 30-something K solves. I just took a backup of like some of the things that I cared about in that session before I recorded that video. Nice. Unless you're going to learn all of them, OP7A is good to learn beyond TCP. Okay. So what's the optimal path in learning at one like L3T? The problem with that is that too many people, like, there's not enough people learning L3T for us to definitively know, like, what's the best approach. Like, the amount of people learning one like L3T right now is countable on one hand, I'm pretty sure. It's a very, very small number, just because the algorithm says very, not underdeveloped, but, like, we don't know the return on investment of it like we do on some other algos, like EG, for example. We're pretty confident that's worth it, though. Only one person in the world is good with it at the moment, but I expect that number to increase very quickly. I mean, could MaxPark be good at FTO? Well, he competed at Worlds and got a 20, so I think he's already pretty good. I don't know how on earth he got introduced to FTO, but MaxPark really likes it. He was asked a suspicious question on whether or not he would want to replace Clock with FTO, and he said yeah. I'm not saying it was MaxPark's fault, but that was a 17. That felt so terrible. What's your best FTO single ever? Just wondering. I have a 10.51. Aiden uses this approach though. 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4C. The remaining? Why 4C in particular? Lockup City. 4C is much easier to recall. Okay. I think I'll just take that approach. Alright, buy almost 30k solid 2x2 session. No, it's good riddance. Having a fresh slate is kind of like rejuvenating in a way. This scrim is like way too good. I knew it was way too good. Park never competes in queues other than N buttons, so this could be the first for Max to compete in something other than 3 through 7 and OH. Well, I mean, he's competed in Square 1 before. It was forever ago, but he did compete in it. I don't know if he still owns the Square 1. I'd be shocked if he actually still remembers how to solve it, but he does have an official, like, 52, I think? Okay. 4A and 4B is similar, so yeah, I feel like I would want to learn those both like in the same like chunk of time. Back in 2012 or 2013, dang, back when hardware was actually bad, as compared to the day where hardware is still bad. Wrong AUF. Is FTO easy to learn? In my opinion, yeah, but that's just because I'm like very good at just general puzzle knowledge. I'd say it's comparable in difficulty to like learning, say, like 4x4 for the first time. It's like there are some principles that would be ideal to have going into it, which I would expect you to have, seeing as you're a viewer of this channel. And then beyond that, it's not really too much more like niche to learn. Holy lockup, bro. I'm gonna make a goal to count all of my DNS and +2s in this session. That's gonna last a day. I know you too well, Miles. That's never gonna happen. If you can actually make it happen, I will be very impressed. I will give you a hug. There we go. There's your incentive. FTO is only confusing, but isn't hard. I agree. I think it's mostly just because it's not similar to anything else. Like, the stuff most similar to it is just way too trivial or just not the same shape. Which FTO is not similar to any event in that regard. Dude. These also look so bad. Considering new world best on FTO is sub 8, what do you think the limit for FTO is? I mean, I feel like a sub 5 is a bit too ambitious at the moment, but definitely like high to mid 5. I can see that realistically happening by like say 2030. Officially, I don't exactly know, just because officially is way too hard to determine for literally anything. Predicting a record is just way too freaking random. That's all was going bad, but yeah. FTO is not easy to learn, but it's easy to get good at. I disagree. I definitely think there is an element of getting good at it that's easier than some other events. But I think it's just because like the ceiling of FTO is not high at the moment. Like there is a lot of top talent in FTO just because I think the top talent right now is kind of bad. That was so dumb. I don't know why YouTube decided to hide that message. I had 3 DNS and 4 +2s in the first hour to 12. Yeah, I don't know what you expect, kid. How's it going? It's going alright. I've actually been solving pretty well this stream, which is very rare, especially at this hour. I very rarely ever stream this late. Holy lockups. I think unless wanting globally sub 20, getting any barrier above that is just mostly practice. Yeah. I mean, that's just true for everything in cubing. I just spent like 5 hours on a call with 2 friends because one of them is doing full collection stream for 1K subs. I don't even have them on dedication. If I did a full cube collection video, I would be literally sitting here for longer than JR Cuber. And if you know how long JR Cuber is sitting there for, ooh, you'll know why I won't be making one. What the actual hell is going on? That's 2 freaking 3 triangle L3Ts in a row. That solve was stupid lucky, by the way. Like, everything just kind of worked in sensors. Hers was just under 10 hours? Holy. Hi, just want to say something? Well, congrats, you did it. Are you going to say something else? I beat world record 210 my best. Holy. That is a crazy 4x4 time, my friend. Now that clock's gone, it's time for me to become a Skewb main and get easy Idaho Skewb SRs. Yo, Isaac, are you still here? Do you hear that? Don't care, knock yourself out. That got hit by YouTube. Why did About Skewb asterisk get hidden by YouTube? That makes no sense. I'm surprised that there are even people that live in Idaho. I mean, similar to Wyoming, it's just like a barren wasteland. Hoo-wee! I did not realize how good I was solving until now. Wow. Cool cube collection, don't have those. This is like not even like a 20th of my collection. I'm not kidding. Again, it's like I did it kind of right, kind of wrong. What even are Idaho SRs for Skewb? Like, I just didn't process it. Bro, really locked in after that Let's Cube session? It was early in the morning for me. I literally had just woken up. Like, I never claimed that I averaged that bad. It's bad? Okay. I mean, in case like you got correctly from that angle, it's just sledge U prime hedge. Yeah. I know it was a 2 sledge case, I just didn't know what way to execute it from. SR average is 391? That is garbage. I don't know what my average is on 3x3, but I always hit low to sub 3 seconds. So true. Guys, this guy's insane at 3x3. He global sub 3. Can you believe that? First LBT skip of the stream. That's fun. How does average work? How to compute 210 my best. 4 seconds my lowest. So true. This guy's insane. This guy's the next Tim on Kolosinski. Bro is winning. He is winning. I don't know how he does it, but he just does. What on earth did I just do, bro? Real, I have proof, but I don't know how to send pictures. You can't in a YouTube chat. Also, please don't try. I feel like you're just way too good, and so it'd be really easy for someone to end up doxing you accidentally. I wouldn't recommend sharing videos on the internet. See, the secret, guys, is that I know he isn't being legit about it, but I also need to protect him because he's a small child. So I need to convince him to not upload stuff so that he protects his identity. See, even when I'm trolling, I'm still smart when I'm trolling. Post a reconstruction, bro, if you remember the solution. No, don't fall for the bait, bro. I'm really, trust me. Even his English is amazingly subpar. I mean, I have no reason to doubt such claims. Yeah, I don't either. Like, I am 100% not doubting this claim whatsoever. I genuinely think this guy is going to be the next Yi Hing Wang. I just need to wait for it to show up on WCA Live. Ugh. Literally everything that could have gone wrong at the beginning of the solve did. Going to upload the proof? No, please don't. Please do not. We do not want to see such things. It's not that we don't believe you, it's that we also want to protect you. So please do not share that stuff. Fuck! I thought I had it. I also freaking did that column wrong. Good job, me. Keep yourself safe, kid. Don't upload any videos on the internet. True. If you want to claim it's legit, then post a recon. I'm all for that. If you can post a recon, then that's perfectly fine. Reconstructions are completely valid ways of communication in a YouTube chat, but please just do not make a video. Oh, wait. No, that's good. Alright, we're slowly starting to settle down on the solving. That was a lot of S's in a row. Whew. Alright, so we have two options, chat. The first option is I end stream right now. The second option is I will do some solves of a different WCA event for like maybe 15 more minutes. Because frankly, I think I'm pretty satisfied with how I did on FTO this stream. What was the best average of 12? 1593. I think I'll upload that if I can figure out a clip. I just got here, Ty. Oh, bro, you missed it. I got world best. Like, I'm sorry, bro, but you missed world best. There's nothing to say about it. Bro. Rest in peace, Ty. Yeah. World best single. Yeah, 776. You didn't see it, bro? SMH. Let's see how long we can keep it up, chat. Bro, for real, you missed it? Yeah, I know. So bad. Do another WCA event? Yeah, but which one? I need you guys to do that. Any cheap key recommendations? Because it exploded. You'll either want to go with the R3 and V5, or like the cheapest version of the Whale on V11. Pretty much both of those are solid budget options. It was incredible. 3x3? Okay. I'll do 3x3 for a little bit. Let's see let's see how much FTO has ruined my look ahead. clock? No. Okay. I want to see some classic blue color 3x3. Is there something that's like in between blue and white color? Because that was straight up ZB. Session best 1051. I know you are a fibber. Nah. I just saved it and then deleted it because I didn't want people like you to be scared of me. It's like, I'm actually faster than Aiden Bryant now. It's for real. That was dumb. Canyons cubes? Wrong person. Also, what up, Ben? Okay. Periwinkle color? Yo, that's what I am. Have you broken any of the dyed MGC edges yet? No, just because I've been using McGann instead for the reason that this one doesn't break. Bro has averages better than me. I mean, it makes sense. You can't be better than me in everything. Yeah, I'm pretty bad at 3x3 now. What the actual hell just happened? We're just gonna skip that one. That's all didn't happen. Nice. I mean, I only have 3 edges left. Wow, I got a 7. Can you guys believe it? I got a 7 on FTO earlier. Real? Okay. Really dumb solve, but sure. That was quite funny. I will gladly take another freaking 5 on camera. Could you literally ask for a worse last layer? Awkward shape and perm. Ugh. I'll go until I get a sub 8 average of. Let's go average of 12. I don't think average of 25 is going to be too realistic at the moment. That was dumb. I planned out first 2, and then I realized it wasn't first 2. Okay, we'll go for average of 25 for a bit, and I'll see how I feel about it. See if it's realistic at the moment. Nah, I can definitely get it. We're gonna go for it. No one's commenting now? It's because it's the end of the stream, and people are like, ugh, I'm tired of this guy. I'm sick of his voice. Just end the stream so I don't need to be rude and just leave. No, I'm just joking. My assumption is that everyone else is doing their own thing, which is fair enough. I mean, I still have 10 viewers right now. That is insane for being this far into the stream. Thank you guys so much. Dude, again? How many freaking Pilo skips? Well, I didn't say it. True. I don't know why I'm just solving so well tonight. No, I just have nothing to say, really, if it's not FTO related. That's very true. It, like, still doesn't feel real that FTO is actually being added. All right, we got it. I'm gonna do a little bit more solving just because I'm feeling hot right now. Yep. Session best hour to 5. I knew I was feeling hot. I know the ZP, I just decided not to do it. Could I roll this to sub 7? I can, but only just. I basically would need BPA here in order to get it. Ugh. Even with the Olo skip, it couldn't save me. The current WR is 279. I think I could beat it. That is incorrect. It is not 279. FTO being added isn't real, Canyon. It's all a dream. We need you to wake up. Dude, I'm gonna wake up and be like, why the hell do I know all these Alex for L3T? Freaking 2 U4s in an 805. Skill issue. Best 2-year grinding of my life. That's fun. Okay, I think we're gonna end it off on that. That was just a really good last solve. Actually, no. My order to 12 is about to fall. I just don't do enough sessions at home, so the PBs in the sessions suck. There we go. That should roll it. Yep, 741. That is where I'll be ending tonight's stream. Thank you guys so much for coming out. This stream was somehow even better than yesterday's. I don't know how you guys topped it. But yeah, I'm going to continue to do these streams as much as possible over this upcoming year. I'm going to have surprisingly a lot more free time than I expected, so hopefully I can document more of my grind to becoming FTO World Champion. But yeah. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming out. See y'all later.